Blessed day, everyone. The topics in this video are the mandatory Philippine government deductions from employees' salary and the computation of net pay or take-home pay. Let us assume that you have just been hired to work for a certain company and you were told that your monthly salary would be 40,000 pesos. Assuming further that you will be paid on a monthly basis, should you expect to receive exactly 40,000 pesos every month? Or assuming you will be paid on a semi-monthly basis, meaning twice a month, should you expect to receive 20,000 pesos every payday? Actually, you should not, because there are certain compulsory government deductions which will be made from your gross income or gross salary. Specifically, your SSS or Social Security System contribution, your PhilHealth premium contribution, your Pag-Ibig contribution, and of course, your income tax, which is called withholding tax. Your income tax deduction from your salary is called withholding tax because your employer would not give that amount to you, but would instead deduct that tax from your salary and would later remit it to the BIR or the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Let's have this problem. The following pertains to the employees of Sagittarius Music Museum. So here, we are given the names and position of the company's employees, as well as their monthly salary. Required, letter A, assuming Sagittarius pays its employees on a monthly basis and considering the mandatory government deductions from gross income or gross salary, compute the taxable income and the net income or net pay or take-home pay of each employee. Requirement B, assuming Sagittarius pays its employees on a semi-monthly basis and considering the mandatory government deductions from gross income or gross salary on the second half of each month, compute the net pay each employee would receive at the end of each month. Let me do the requirements for Abby, whose monthly salary is 30,000 pesos. For requirement A, we have to assume that the company pays salary once a month. So, the gross salary of Abby every payday is 30,000 pesos. Then, we deduct from that amount her SSS contribution. This SSS table must be our basis for her SSS contribution. Look at the first column of the table, the range of compensation, keeping in mind that Abby's monthly salary is 30,000 pesos. Abby's 30,000 pesos salary falls under the range of 19,750 and above. Using this row now, look at the fourth column, the SSS contribution, EE. And we can see the amount of 800 pesos, which is Abby's SS contribution. By the way, EE means employee, whereas ER stands for employer. Notice, there are columns for the employer because the employer or company would also contribute to the SSS benefits of its employees. But anyway, again, Abby's monthly SSS contribution amounts to 800 pesos. So, let's place that amount in our table for the computation of her taxable income and eventually her net income. Next deduction is PhilHealth contribution. Notice in this PhilHealth premium contribution table that the monthly salary of an employee should be multiplied by 2.75% to get the monthly premium to be divided between the employee and the employer. So, to compute the PhilHealth contribution of Abby, we have to multiply her monthly salary of 30,000 pesos by 2.75%. And then, divide that product by 2. That would give us the amount of 412.50 pesos. Next is Pag-Ibig contribution. It says here, the maximum monthly compensation is 5,000 pesos. That means the maximum contribution of a member is 100 pesos, while employer share is also 100 pesos. A person earning more than 5,000 pesos every month is automatically deducted 100 pesos. Since Abby earns more than 5,000 a month, then her monthly Pag-Ibig contribution is 100 pesos. By the way, Pag-Ibig stands for pagtutulungan, ikaw, bangko, industriya, at gobyerno. The next step is to add the SSS, PhilHealth, and Pag-Ibig contributions of Abby. That gives us the amount of 1,312.50. Deduct this amount from her gross salary of 30,000 and we get her taxable income amounting to 28,687.50, which is one of the requirements in letter A. Now, based on this taxable income of 28,687.50, we can now compute her withholding tax. This is the withholding tax table from the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Because Sagittarius deducts from its employee's salary the withholding tax only once a month, since it pays its employee's salary every month, then we have to concentrate on this monthly withholding tax table. This part, monthly withholding tax table. But keep in mind that our basis for the withholding tax computation must be the taxable income of Abby amounting to 28,687.50. Considering this taxable income, which money column do we need? First money column, second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth? This second column. Why? Because notice the compensation level for the first column, which is 20,833 pesos and below. For the second column, it's 20,833, while for the third, it's 33,333. Since Abby's taxable income of 28,687.50 is more than 20,833, but less than 33,333, then we have to use this second money column, which compensation level is 20,833, lower than the taxable income of 28,687.50. It says here, the computation of the withholding tax is 0 plus 20% over compensation level. That means Abby's withholding tax is 28,687.50 minus 20,833 to get the excess. Then, multiply that amount by 20%. Then, add it to 0. That would give us the amount of 1,570.90. Let's place this amount now in our net pay computation table. Taxable income of 28,687.50 less withholding tax of 1,570.90 equals net income amounting to 27,116.60. For requirement B, since all the mandatory deductions are made only once a month, and that is during the second half of each month, the amount of the monthly deductions must be the same as in letter A. The only difference is that in letter B, the gross salary of Abby for the second half of the month is only half of her monthly 30,000 pesos salary. That's why we have 15,000 here. The gross salary of Abby for the second half of each month. 15,000 pesos gross salary during the second half of each month minus total deductions of 2,883.40 would give us 12,116.60 net income or net pay or take-home pay of Abby at the end of each month. At the end of the second half of each month. Now, you may want to try computing the requirements of the problem for each of the other employees of Sagittarius. Thank you for watching.